Hey everybody, this is James with WSTrades.com. Want to provide an update here on ticker symbol MRNA or Moderna. Found a recent news story here, came out early this morning talking about the Moderna CEO selling 9,000 shares of Moderna stock in a transaction that occurred on Wednesday. The shares were sold at an average price of $154.26 for a total value of $1.3 million. The sale was disclosed in a legal filing with the SEC, which can be accessed through the SEC website. It's also talking about some other trades here. So there's the one for the most recent one here on February 9th, but then also back on February 2nd. Another 9,000 shares sold there. This one was an average price of $170.89 for a total value of $1.5 million. So it looks like a lot of these transactions have been right at that 9,000 share mark, or in the amount of 9,000 shares, except going all the way back to November 26th, there was a transaction there of 10,000 shares. And geez, at that point, Moderna was still riding pretty high, so the average price there was $319.62. Let's take a look here at some of the price action on Moderna, and it has been really ugly as of late. You can see the run up here to 480. Tried to rally back up here, but it was only able to get to about 455, 460, and then just continuing to get beat down on this time frame, and really just continuing to work down, make lower highs and lower lows. If you threw up a trend line right here, you could kind of see from that run up to about 455, 460, and then there was another run up here to about 375 or so. But you can throw up a very long-term downtrend line there and see that like we are nowhere near that. Let me zoom in a little bit more here so we can kind of look maybe from this point down and kind of see what's going on. So if you throw up a trend line here, we're approaching pretty close to the 21-day exponential moving average here. And this downtrend line. So it looks like we're coming up to a very key point now in the stock. If it continues to rally, let me clear this trend line really quick and just zoom out a little bit. And let's take a look here at some levels. So when this thing started to sell off, it tried to hold 300 there. You see it bounced off of it pretty nicely. That was right before earnings. And then massive move down here after the earnings. You got like two gap downs in a row here on the daily chart, and it tried to settle down there around 230 or so and made a crazy rip back up, but then immediately sold back off. Tried to hold around that 230 level again, so you can see it bounced quite a few times here off that 230 level. It rallied back up and gapped up here pretty hard above the 21-day EMA, but since that candle right there, you got this break above the 21-day exponential moving average. You have this insane gap up and sell off. Just a big bearish engulf after a gap up. Pretty wild price action right there. That was on December 20th. And since that point, this thing has not been above the 21-day exponential moving average. So you can see it bled out, rallied back up to the 21, rejected it, bled out. Again, a move back towards the 21, couldn't get above it. A big move down there. But you can see here around the 150 level, you've got a nice wick sticking out here. Sellers tried to drive it below, but buyers came right back to rally it up. Didn't quite make it to the 21-day EMA there. Another move down, but you can see again, it did bounce off of that 150 level. So that 150 level definitely looks key. So what I'm going to be looking at here in the coming week here on Moderna, I definitely don't like these two wicks sticking out here on Thursday and Friday's candles, but those candles look a lot better than a lot of other stocks, because a lot of stocks on Friday had an insane, nasty, bearish engulf for the most part. Some of those candles engulf like the previous entire week's candles. So actually, the Moderna price action here and finishing up 0.5% is actually a pretty good Friday compared to a lot of stocks out there that we saw on Friday. So what I'm kind of looking at right now, I definitely don't like these wicks here as it's approaching this 21-day EMA. So I think, if this thing does rally up a little bit more towards this and hits it and sells off, I think it's going to come back down to around 150 or so. Right around this level here. 150. I think it will test that. And then, you know, if this thing can actually finally break through the 21-day EMA, I think that'll definitely be a sign of strength for sure. Zoom out here a little bit. Yeah, let's take a look here, because I did not even look at, they must have earnings coming up here pretty soon, because it's been quite a while. Earnings date Feb 20. Oh, so we still got a good 11 days or something according to Google here. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at. Of course, earnings, you know, in 11 days or so is going to be, you know, a big deal to see kind of what goes on. But in the short term, before the earnings information comes out, you know, I'm really paying attention to this 21-day exponential moving average, and I'm really paying attention to this 150 level that tried to hold here. You know, you've got rejection here, here, and here in the last couple weeks or so. So definitely key level to the downside. If it falls through this 150, look out below. Let's zoom out here a little more. So yeah, you can see this level going way back here. This is like what, May? Yeah, early May of 2021. So you can see if the 150 level doesn't hold, you've got lows here of around 117, 118. So that would be my guess. If 150 does not hold, we're coming down here to test 117, 118. So yeah, that 150 level will be very key to the downside. And then again, to the upside, you know, throwing this trend line up here again. If the buyers can get back into this thing and start driving this thing up, you know, this 21-day EMA is about to meet this downtrend line here. So if it can bust through both of those, I think that's going to be key, you know, and I would really start to look for this thing to turn around, start to make some higher lows, and get into an uptrend, because yeah, this thing has been, you know, selling off and getting beat down pretty hard since August, about mid-August of last year. So I'll continue to keep you guys updated here on ticker MRNA or Moderna Inc. Please like this video. Please also subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Appreciate you guys for taking the time to watch this. Talk to you soon.